Life couldn't be going better. Since moving away from the upper Mississippi River Valley a few months ago, things have been different. The stress of dealing with a larger corporation trying to push me around has been replaced with me owning a larger corporation that does the pushing around. The Quill and Company Paperworks, a company started by Jacob Quill himself in 1950. Quill's family had enough of running the old mill and decided to sell it. And that's where I came in. I bought the mill a few months ago, and even though it was a bit tough, I managed to...
Hard. Break's over. We need you in here. You've been out here 10 minutes now.
I'll be right in, Benny. Okay. So life hasn't been going as planned. I've been working at this going nowhere job for the last few months, and I'm sneaking out of here for the millionth time today just to get away from it. I mean, sometimes I dream of this scenario where I own this place and I'm the one in charge, but the truth is, my boss Benny's a real piece of work. He's unhappy with his life, so he makes sure that everybody here that works for him is unhappy with theirs. You know, he's one of the good guys in this world, a real team leader. And the idea of getting my own farm sort of went the other way. I mean, I guess having my grandpa...
Heard. Final warning. Get in here.
Well, I guess we'll get to that story in a little bit. Man, Fridays are the best days because the next day I do not have to come back here to work. I work very hard here for a jerk of a boss named Benny who is always trying to get more out of us, and we work pretty hard here, so... Anyway, I was trying to explain up there, so let me just say this sadness before we get too far. I came down here, and a couple weeks after I moved down here, my grandfather had passed away, and something that it's something that he knew about and was keeping it from everybody, and now it makes perfect sense as to why he wanted to sell the farm so badly. And yeah, so here I am alone in Riverbend Springs, Arkansas, which is a few hours south of the UMRV, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here because I've got a place, I've got a terrible job, I've got some money, but I know that I can't live off that money, so I really do have to have a job still. And I'll show you the place down here. We don't really have a farm. My grandfather had just bought this place to retire and kind of live out. And he did. But yes, this is our land over here on the right. All of this grass over here and that garage over there on the right as well. Nothing on the left is ours, but everything on the right is ours. And my grandfather's house is up here over this bridge. I'll take you guys on a tour here when we get back, but just wanted to get home and get a drink, to be honest with you. That's what I really want. But yes, we are over here, just up here on the left. Over there on the right is Willie's Restaurant. It's a boathouse. It's a pretty nice restaurant, so it's nice to be there, right there for us. We can just walk over there, have a couple beers every now and then. But yeah, good to be home on a weekend. And I do have beers in the house, so I will be drinking them here, not over at Willie's tonight. Just do not have the energy to do anything tonight. Tough day at the office, but this weekend I'm going to have to get out and mow these fields. This field right here is ours too. It's small, but it'll give us a couple bales that we can take off of there. And as you see, my grandfather hasn't really touched these fields, so they all need work. Anyway, let me go put everything down and I will be right back. All right, so beer in hand, and that's exactly what I need after work, especially on a Friday. It has been a long week, but yeah. Oh yeah, so that's Willie's right there. That is the bar restaurant combo, and that just that road right there just goes down to the parking lot. But Willie's gets busy at night for sure, and I've been there a couple times. I've had a couple beers there. I've had a couple meals there. It's a nice area, and there's also another way in, so this is not the main entrance to get into the restaurant, which is nice because we don't really see a whole lot of traffic on this road. Now, this is just a little stream right here, And the river, the boat is on the river, obviously, down at the end of this road here. So there is a river down there. We've got a stream right there, so we are surrounded by water, which is nice. And this is the little entrance here to the garage. And this and the field over there on the right is what we have. But yeah, it's pretty good size. It really is. We can get a lot done here. And as you see, it hasn't been mowed in a very long time. So I'm not really sure what kind of hay we're going to be able to get off of this. It's probably just going to be used for bedding, unfortunately. But somebody will want it, I think. We just won't be able to sell it at top price because it's not great quality. I wouldn't assume. I don't know. But haven't looked into that yet, but I would not assume since it hasn't been mowed. This is just a garage. You know, just is a plain place for us to put our equipment, and I'm not really sure what kind of equipment we're going to have yet, but probably that's just for smaller stuff. And then the stream over here continues. So this is a nice place to drink a beer every now and then, just kind of chill out. Yeah. Peaceful around here, that's for sure. There's not a lot of people, but it's very peaceful. That's for sure. Except for at Quill Paper, because that where I work is not peaceful. It's a very hard job. But so is farming. The only difference is that farming, when I'm actually farming, it's working for myself. It's not working for the same rate every hour and trying to make somebody else richer. So, but also in farming, it's very easy to go broke. So there's a lot of trade-offs, but I definitely prefer farming, obviously, over the paper mill. So yeah, we'll just loop around the house here. I'll just show you around here. But this is the other field up here that we need to mow. Need to get that done. It just goes up to up there to the top of the hill, and that's just a road. So this isn't a very huge field, but it's going to really be beneficial for us, I think. This and the other one over there. So we can get some hay. That's the only thing I know how to do so far. I will definitely look into, obviously, farming more. I mean, I've been reading up, and it's August already, so we're going to have winter very soon. Very soon. And then next year, I think, is when we will be able to farm. There you see the stream. We're surrounded. My grandpa had a kayak. I haven't taken that out. I don't really assume I'm going to, but who knows? On a lazy day, if there is one around here, maybe I'll take that out. But either way, down there, if you see really hard, that is a abandoned barn. I don't go down there much, but there is something. I should look into that. Maybe we can put some bees or something down there, but I don't know. I really haven't figured out what I'm going to do. I do know one thing. I am going to get inside. I am out and drink this entire beer and probably get a couple more before I call it a night. But anyway, I will call it a day for this, and we will pick it up in the morning. So up here in my field, and this is the small field over by my house. This is the farm over here across the way. I don't know much about these guys. I know they have sunflowers, but other than that, I'm not really sure what else, who they are or anything like that. This road is kind of not a road that I frequent much unless I go up here, and I don't go up here all that often, but yeah, you see all the weeds and all the things like this that we need to clear out. So again, this is just going to be hay that we're going to be using for bedding. It's nothing that we're going to be able to feed animals or anything. But again, animals need bedding and farmers need that hay. So I can give it to them for a substantial discount and just kind of meet some people around here. I think that's probably what I'm going to use it for, just to start meeting a few people. Like I said, I've only been around here a couple months and I've worked at this job, but let me get inside and we'll head to the dealership. Okay, so today is a big day, and I've been waiting for this day for a couple weeks now, and it's a bittersweet day, that's for sure. We wouldn't have this money if my grandfather hadn't passed away, so that's the bitter part. The sweet part, and maybe the most assuring part, is I think I'm using this money in a way that he would want me to. He told me that, you know, it was awesome that I had gotten a farm, that I was taking care of the farm up in the upper Mississippi River Valley, which is Kreger, Iowa. That's where our family farm used to be. And he was happy that I was taking care of that, and he wanted me to continue this way, and I want to continue this way. So I think the only way to do that is to get a good tractor. I'm going to buy a mower as well, and my idea with the tractor is that this farm store up here is incredible. Okay, it lets you lease things, lease equipment, things like that. So I can grab a couple contract jobs and make some side money by doing that. But I have to have a good tractor. I have to have a reliable tractor in order for that to happen. So I do want to get a good tractor. I'm going to spend some money on a tractor, but at the same time, I want to get a mower as well. That way we can kind of offset the price by, yes, I know, I'm not going to sell all this hay and then make enough money to pay for a tractor. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I am saying that this investment will make us money, and in the long term, I think it could make us some pretty good money if we end up getting some contract work or, you know, building a big enough farm. So it's an investment I'm willing to do. Now, this is town right now, right here, and this is where the farm store is. Here on the left, that cafe is incredible, the Central Cafe. Great donuts in there. They know how to make them, I will tell you that. I might actually stop there before we go back. Now we're just waiting for this guy, and the farm store is up here about 1 or 2 o'clock, I guess, from us right now. And we're just going to park over against the building. It's really confusing parking here. I parked in front of the garage one time, and they did not like that. I guess that's where they bring out the tractors and bring them into garage for servicing and if somebody wants to buy them. But here we are. And now let's get into the store and see what we can find. It's going to be expensive, but I'm ready for it. Alright, so now here is what we ended up with. The Case 260, and they even had the license plate for me that says Herd's Case. That's just a nice touch. Let me say, that is a nice touch. But yeah, we got the case, and I'm just looking for horsepower. They had a great deal on this tractor, so we spent a considerable amount of money, but at the same time we got it for a pretty good deal. We also got this mower, this brush or bush hog, depending on who you are, where you're at. I've been told that I'm wrong on both pronunciations, to be honest with you. So we are getting both of those. They're going to deliver it because we drove this. So they're going to deliver it over to the farm, and I told them that I've got some running around to do. I've got to stop at the bank, which is right here, but I have to stop at the bank and clear up some other things. This purchase is fine, do not worry, everything cleared, but just have to sign a couple paperwork and stuff, and then I'm probably going to get over to this cafe. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, this cafe is right here. I feel like because it's right here, it's almost rude not to stop. Anyway, let me get into the bank and get all of this done, and then hopefully by the time we get done with all of this stuff, our tractor is delivered. That is a nice feeling. Alright, well, that wasn't so bad. A lot of things completed, a lot of things done. Just heading out of the bakery. Oh, yeah. I told you I would stop. I did. I at least told you that I was going to stop. I'd be willing to bet that if you had those donuts, you'd stop too. And that's why I'm not worried about it too much. Either way, procrastination or not, I am full. And I sat down there in the cafe, and I took a little bit of time at the bank, so I'm telling you this because I think that our tractor should be on the property, and today we are going to mow up that field because I am going to need to bale all of that. I want to get at least a few bales this summer, and I've procrastinated that for sure. I mean, wasn't really sure with my grandfather's health and things, and then it just kind of happened quickly, and I had to, you know, figure out a lot of things. So this summer has been pretty busy for me on a personal level, but back to farming and back to trying to make some money out of this and try to build this into a career, because believe me, I do not want to work at Jacob Quill's mill factory any longer. No way. Gotta get out of that job. Alright, so headed down the last portion of our road. This is basically our road. There's no one that comes down here other than farmers and people that know the back way to Willie's. I know the sign says that Willie's this way, but the people that live in this area know how to get to Willie's, and this is not the way they go. Yes, there is the tractor. I just seen it on the side as I was talking, but yes, the tractor is over there. So I'm going to get in the house and throw all of this paperwork down. That way I don't lose it. And then we will get out here because it's starting to get, it's about 2:30 now. It's starting to get a little late. The bank took a really long time. We had to sign a lot of papers. And then I honestly did take my time at the cafe. So let me drop this in here. I'll come right back and we will mow up this grass. Alright, so the paperwork is all put away inside, and now I'm officially excited. This case is a nice tractor. When I was driving it around at the store, when I was sitting in it at the store, this case is a nice tractor, and it's a lot higher, too, than the old tractor. So it's going to be interesting to start trying to drive this thing. It's got a lot more horsepower behind it, 250, 280, something like that. I didn't get the specs. I completely forgot, to be honest, but 200 something, and I was like, you know what, 200 plus, and it's on sale. Let's just get this. Now I got the sunroof, I got the radio, I've got all of the information you could possibly need to the right side of me, and we're ready to go. We're not going to need too much information. All we're doing is mowing here today, and probably just going to be able to mow this field here. I've got a couple things that I have to get done later today, but if we can get this field done today and then the next field over by the house done tomorrow morning, I can still return this mower within 24 hours to get a better deal on the lease, and then or on the rental, should I say, and then we can rent a few other things that we need. The next thing we'll need obviously is a windrower, so we can row this into decent swaths so that we're not here all day trying to drive over here. But yeah, the mower's on. I think we're ready to go. Let me just make sure that everything is good. And yes, we are ready to go. We are going to go around this pasture, and let's just make sure that we don't hit that. Jeez. So we're going to go around this pasture and obviously just get it ready to be windrowed, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm not really sure, like I said, what I'm going to do with this field. I know that I can do hay, and that's kind of what I'm reverting to this year, only because I don't really have a lot of time to do much of anything else, and I can learn a little bit more in the winter about some animals. That way we can be responsible about this and actually, know what we're doing when the time comes and we have to actually get some stuff done. But anyway, I'm going to keep mowing this up, and I'm going to put this into a time lapse. I'll get the drone out, and I will see you in a little bit.
Oh, I've been long gone, wanna talk to you. I've been hustling for so long. Oh, and I've been thinking about the past, and it keeps me going on. Oh, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see. Even if I end up all alone, I know my destiny. My mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice and pride will make you change. Just always remember where you come from, 'cause I know you were born to break the chain. So I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right with me? See, I'm living in the nightlife, but I got a fire that burns so bright, from the back road to the street. I've been Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right with me? Lord, I'm living in the night life, but I got a fire that burns so bright from the back road to the street.
All right, so finishing up in the field, it took about 3 hours. We're getting close to 6:30, 7 o'clock right now, so took a few hours to get that done. Next time, we are going to get the smaller field done, which obviously will not take us that long, over by the house, and then we will try to get some of this windrowed up. And like I said, I don't know who we're going to sell all of this hay to. I'll put it out and add in the newspaper or something, put it online on social media and see if somebody bites, but somebody will get it. We just have to keep it cheap enough. And mostly, why are we doing this if we're going to sell the cheap hay? It's to help the field. We want to make sure that everything is good and we can cut this field up, because there is a lot of weeds, and if we can get all these weeds out of here, I think that's going to help substantially with our yield. But gonna bring this back here, gonna park it back here. I don't think that I can fit it in the garage, but I also don't think I'm gonna try. Not right now, not today. It's been a long day, but I think I'm gonna get in and watch some Razorback football and just call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick my feet up finally. Worked all week and I am done. And yeah, I'm crying a little bit, but that's okay. That's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm going to leave it. And I will talk to you next time. Red Bull really does make the world go round. Believe me, at least it makes my world go round, because I can assure you that I wouldn't be standing up right now if not for it. And that's not really a paid endorsement as much as it is just an actual fact. As I am exhausted today. I did not sleep well, but it's okay. We've got a busy day regardless. I don't think really that really matters too much to my day. My day is going to come or go regardless. So let's just get in the tractor. I had this started up earlier, and I, like an idiot, turned it off. I was only in the house for about 5 minutes. I thought I would be in there a little longer, but then I started thinking about it. Let's just get going. Now I've got the mower here. I'm going to fold this up. We're going to take this over to the field over by the house. We are going to mow all of that up. And we've got a busy day today. I've got to talk to somebody about a baler. I actually just agreed to buy a baler on social media marketplace. So I have got to go over there and pick that up. It should already be paid for. It should already be in his account now. So everything is good there. I just got to go grab it. And actually, he's pretty local. He's right around the corner here. So I can go grab the baler later today. I've also got to get a windrower so that I can windrow all of this so that we're not in the field all day long wasting a ton of gas. But first, we've got to mow all of this, and this is gonna, I hope, be pretty thick. I think it probably is. It's been a while since it's been touched, but I don't know. Any hay is better than no hay, especially when I'm kind of just inheriting it. So I am going to leave it at that. I'm not going to wish for any more or any less. I'm just happy for what we have. And yeah, I don't really know who we're going to sell this hay to either, because I have not really looked into the buyers. I remember the UMRV, we could easily just go down to the livestock barn. And, well, that was until agmax came through and bought everything. But I'm not really sure about the livestock barn here, so I will have to make a trip down there at some point and ask them if they are interested. We'll also have to go the old school route and just put up a flyer in the farm store, the farmer's market, things like that. And just see if somebody bites. But I do know that I need somewhere to store all of this as well. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just find a buyer immediately. The main objective here is really just to clear off the fields, but if we can make a couple bucks off of it, why not, right? Either way, I'm going to put this down and we are going to finish this up. And now with all of the mowing done, I'm very happy. I mean, I know that we're going to have to get a windrower out here and get these into nice swaths, but at the end of the day, I am very happy that we got all of that done. That's one less thing that we have to get done for the end of the day, and yeah, it's all about checking off that checklist, right? But either way, we are going to grab this and, or drive this, should I say, over to the garage. We'll park it up, and then we will continue on with our day. Like I said, we have got to talk to a guy to get the baler. We have got to get a windrower, and eventually at some point I think we're gonna have to figure out how to market this hay, because we can do all of this. This is all nice and everything about making hay, but I don't have any animals to give it to, and I don't know anyone in town that needs it right now. I don't really know anybody in town though, so to be fair, there's a lot to figure out, that's for sure. No shortage of things to do here on the farm. We are going to back all of this up. It's kind of a good security measure too. No one's going to come out here, but even if they did, they'd have to get the mower out of the way if they wanted to seal the... Well, the emptiness is the only thing inside that garage, so... Hey, take it, I guess. But I am going to get inside the house. I'm going to grab the paperwork for the guy, and then we'll get over there and grab that baler. It's not exactly the order of operations here today, but it's something that I need to have done, and I don't want it to really interrupt it, because I think after I do the windrowing, I'm probably just going to want a beer, and probably not going to want to go over to the guy's house. So let me get all of that together, and then we'll take a trip over there. All right, now in the tractor and going by the house right now. That's on the left, and Willie's is straight ahead. I said in the last one that I had a couple beers at Willie's, and that was not a lie. It's a great time over at Willie's, but we do not have the time for Willie's today. Unfortunately, we have to go over and pick up a baler, which is where I'm headed right now. This guy is on the east side of town, and yes, I am also on the east side of town, but this guy is very, very far east of town, so I am going to be heading over there. I think we're going to have to head over I think he said he was just over the bridge, and then there is a right. So this is the bridge, obviously, and that might be him right down there, that house. Yeah, here's the turn right up here, so... I'm really happy to get this baler. It's not the order of operations that I'd prefer today, but I know that he told me he was doing things later, and with the rain coming in 2 days, I don't want to get all of this out and then not have it baled up. So I would like to at least try to bale it up before it rains. Again, I'm not really going to have a lot of places to put it, but at the end of the day, it's hay, and we're going to try to keep it as dry as possible. Baling it up will make that a little bit more possible, but alright, here is his house. I guess I'm going to park over here because that baler right there was in the way, but that was the baler that we are going to buy. So let me go up and get out of here. Look at this view. This is a nice little place right on the river. That's nice. Okay, let me get up here and get him out here so that we can take this baler up. That is a nice baler. Man, oh man.
Hey there, you must be Herd.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, likewise. Let me just get my shoes on real quick here. But yeah, I didn't have to list that thing for too long before I got some bites, and I don't know, truth is I haven't even used it all that much. Well, the only time I really used it was to drag it here. And I got it at an auction because I knew it was a good price, but then I just listed it on social media, and here we are. Yeah, I'm happy to let it go because mostly I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, me either. But I think one of us is going to have to learn. Either way, I know it was a good investment, and an unlikely one, I'm sure, for you, but a good one.
Oh, I've bought anything from rowboats to bulldozers and pretty much anything in between, I think. I'm really not missing too much. I don't know. I'm just trying to make some money is all.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yes, sir. I'm always keeping my ear open. Sort of like a side business, you know? Anyway, you're pretty new to this area, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been here a few months. I work over at Quill, the paper company.
Oh, yeah, Quill. I worked there as a kid. Terrible place. I mean, no offense, but it was a terrible job.
Yeah, none taken. I absolutely agree with you. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to sell some hay over here, you know? Kind of supplement the hours that I need to work over there because you're right, it's not fun. Which reminds me, you know anybody that needs some hay?
Ah, fresh out of people, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know much about farming, to be honest. Oh, I do remember, though, they're having jobs down at the farm store. You should check out that farm store. They got jobs for farmers, but not really sure of the details. I just know that farmers go there and post kind of help wanted ads.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. That's a good tip, actually.
I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, could maybe just be a summer job at least, but who knows? But yeah, thanks again for buying this thing. I really do want to get it off my yard and really happy I could move it, so I look forward to driving by your farm and seeing those bales out.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I look forward to getting them off and shipped out and getting paid for them, but
Yeah, I hear that. Well, thanks, Herd. Enjoy it.
all right. So we'll just back up to the baler now. We'll get that all hooked up, and then we will be out of here, and we'll just, I guess, put the baler over by the garage, not in the garage, because maybe in the garage, who knows, but I'm thinking that's where we may have to put the hay. Did not mean to rhyme there and realized I was going to mid-sentence. That was not good. But yeah, I mean, in all reality, we might have to put the hay in the garage, so I'm going to try to keep all of these things out. But let's hook this up and get on with it. All right, now everything is attached and we are headed back to the farm. Like I said, I'm just going to drive this, put this over in the little triangle area that we didn't mow over at the garage. That way we can get it out of the way. But again, I needed to get this morning because he was going out of town, so I needed to make sure that I was able to get this because in 2 days, like I say, it's going to rain and I want to at least have these things baled up, maybe even put into the garage, but I'm not really gonna I'm hoping for it. Okay, let's just say that I'm not really gonna downright say that that's what we're gonna do, but I'm hoping that that is what we're able to do. Now, I don't know the time schedule. I know that meteorologists are usually wrong, and that's the bad news for me because it usually is wrong in the opposite way that we want it to go, right? Usually rains before, it doesn't hold off or something, so at least in my world. But anyway, we're going to drive up here and just drop this off. And then we are going to go get a windrower because we got to go downtown to get that. We're going to lease it, obviously. We don't have a ton of money. We do have some money. We can buy it. But how much we're going to use it, I'm not really sure I want to commit to a full purchase yet. So we are just going to lease that equipment for right now. But yeah, we're just going to put this over here in the triangle on the other side of this garage, and right here will do. Sure, we didn't mow this up, we didn't get all the grass we could have, but I mean, really, I mean, we're doing pretty good with what we got. Okay, let me back this up and I will pick this up in a minute. Alright, now headed down to town and we're gonna go to the store, we're gonna grab a windrower, and yeah, I'm going to take the leasing option. That's the one that I can afford. The leasing option is the one that I will be able to manage financially because I can't really see right now buying a windrower when we're only going to use it a few times a year, and especially now because we're not going to be using it until March again. Probably a little longer than that, but so we're going to take the leasing option that they have down at the store. I'm glad that they have it. That's not a thing that I see all over the place, especially with big farm equipment, but since we're able to lease this stuff, I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, I also have to go down here and talk to them about the help wanted ads. Now, that's very interesting to me, and I'm very interested in it. I want to take some of those ads and maybe get some money, and depending on how much money, I might be able to actually leave my job at Quill. Now, it's something that would really, really make me happy. Not because I hate the job, although I'm not really I'm in love with it. It's more just I could spend more time farming, and I could spend more time actually building this farm, especially now that I have a little bit of money. Obviously, I'd rather have my grandfather, but the money is going to help the farm, and it's going to help me, I think, turn this property into something. Anyways, we're going to turn this off. We're going to get in there, and I will grab a windrower. Alright, now headed back to the farm with the windrower we've got behind us. We're dragging it. We're just about here. And now the fun begins, because now we're going to be able to windrow all of this up so that we're able to bale it soon. And I've already got the baler here, so now we're able to just get everything done and not go too many places. And that's good, because we're actually racing against the clock. In 2 days there will be some rain, and I don't want these swaths to be out here. I'd rather just get all of the hay maybe into that garage. I mean, I don't know if I can fit any of the equipment that I have, so maybe that will just be hay. All of this to be decided here, but I think that's probably what I'm going to do, is throw all that hay into that barn. Now we got this down. Going to turn it on, obviously. Let's make sure we're in the grass, because I don't want to. There we go. Okay, now let's go take a trip around this field, and I'm really happy how big this field is. I think that we'll be able to get quite a few bales off of it, and that's really good for our bottom line. But I think that we can also expand our farm if we wanted. I haven't really thought about this much, but if we do have some animals, we could put them over here or put them over by the house. I mean, both fields are big enough to support it. This over here would be more supportive of cows, whereas the other side over by the house would be more supportive of sheep or something smaller like that, of course. But I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about what kind of animals I'm going to get. I'm probably going to wait until the spring anyway, so it will be a little bit of time here before animals get onto the farm. But that's okay, because we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot of building that we have got to do, and we've got a lot of field work that we've got to do. So let's do it. Rain was now unexpectedly in the forecast today. Every meteorologist in the county was acting like they'd been warning us for weeks, but this is the first that anyone was really reporting on it. The news had farmers scrambling to get certain things done before the rain, and I was unfortunately one of them. Having mowed both fields after years of neglect, I now sat with 2 fields full of cut grass just laying there. I mean, I doubted the hay that I would eventually get off this field would have been worth that much anyways. Turns out, weeds don't really add that much quality. Sarcasm aside, I was definitely not getting hay without the time to let it dry. I have no silos, I have no animals, I have no buildings, and I also have no real need for this grass at the moment. But it needed to go somewhere, and I was hoping today we'd be able to find a place. This is the most depressing spot in town, my ATM screen. I gotta be honest with you. I hate coming here, I really do. But we're gonna head over to the store as long as we're right here. I'm gonna check out a forage wagon, hopefully for today, so that we can get all of that grass off of the field. And I still have to figure out where we're gonna take all of this grass, so I'm hoping to figure all of that out. And I also remember that there's contracts in here for work, so I am going to check that out. It's going to be hopefully a productive visit here. I'll turn that off, and I will hop into the store, and I will pick it back up when we come out. Okay, so a pretty successful trip to the store. We've found out a lot of things, actually. First and foremost, we know where to get rid of the grass. We can actually sell that to the animal dealer in town, which is right around the corner here. So we're able to do something with the grass, which is really good. That problem is solved. We're able to also lease a forage wagon today, so we're able to get it off of our field before it rains. And the rain is really going to be the issue because we're going to have to hurry through this so that we can get it all off the field. I know that we're not going to get hay because it's going to have way too much moisture in it. We don't have enough time for it to sit. I did put it in swaths, but even with swaths, the air is not hitting it, even getting it off that ground. So we are just going to take our loss. And honestly, the grass hasn't been touched in a really long time, so weeds are in it, and it's really not great quality hay. We're going to sell it for bedding, but I guess at that point, when it gets down to that skill, or when it gets down to that quality level, I would say that it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to get it off the ground and get it off our fields and bring it down to the animal dealer so that we can at least make a little money. I mean, I don't think we're going to make a ton off grass, but they will pay us a little bit, and hey, maybe we'll make a connection in town. That's at least something if we can do that. Now this train, I always hit this when the train's going by. I don't know, but we also asked about contracts down there. That I know that when we went to pick up that baler, we were told that they might have some work down there at the store from other farmers. It turns out they do a variety of things, actually. So I'm going to look at that later today, probably when I get into the house, and I will figure out what we're going to do. But I do know they have some mowing jobs. I do know that they have some plowing jobs and a couple transport jobs, which I don't really have the equipment to do that, so that will be disqualified. But I do have the mowing job, and I could probably lease a plow. I don't know how much work they're going to need. So I'm going to call them and see if we can get some work that way as well. It'll just pick up a little extra money, and it'll make me stay away from that paper mill because I really don't want to go back to work there full time. It would be really nice if we could just do the farming. But either way, over here on the right, that is all of the grass that we have to pick up today. Well, that's half of the grass we have to pick up today because there is another field over here just on the other side of the house that we have got as well. And like I said, you know, we're not going to make a killing from the hay. So what we're going to have to do is just sell it for bedding. Like I said, hopefully we get a connection or two when we go down there and meet a couple people, and maybe it'll lead to more work. Or we just sell grass for nothing. Either way, let's get in the house, and I'll take a look at all that stuff and see where we are. Okay, so we are in the case and we are heading down to the store. The boys gave me a call, told me to hurry up and get down here. The serviced forage wagon is ready to be picked up. So, and in the spirit of today, I mean, it is going to be a race against the clock. As you know, we are expecting some rain showers here tonight. I think about 5 o'clock, so I shouldn't even say tonight. We don't really even have that much time. 5 o'clock is about the time that we are supposed to, and it's supposed to be a storm, so we definitely want to get all of this grass off. Now, I didn't cut the grass so that we could make profit. I really kind of cut the grass so that we could start over and know what our fields are doing and just kind of make it clean and tidy. But if we can make a little bit of money, which I'm told we can, we will drive it to the animal barn and we will sell it there. I don't care what they give me, honestly. I mean, I was going to do this anyway, so all of this is bonus. But as we turn the corner, here is the forage wagon, and it's a beauty. It looks like it's going to hold a lot of grass, which is really good because we need to make as few trips as possible, especially if we're trying to get this done as soon as possible. I'm going to back this up. I still have to go in and sign some paperwork, but let me just back all this up. That way, when I come out, we can just attach the PTO and we can be on our way. I mean, I've leased enough equipment from these guys already. I don't think they think I'm going to take it or anything, but turn this off and get in to the store. All right, just make sure that that PTO is on, and it looks good. I think we should be all right. Now ready to take this forage wagon back to the property so we can pick up all of this grass, because 5 o'clock's coming soon and it is gonna rain and we want to get all of this grass off. And I'm really happy that the animal dealer is actually going to end up paying us for this grass, because it's probably going to even out with how much it is going to cost us for the day here to rent this forage wagon. But either way, didn't really see this as a money-making opportunity. I more just want to get the property looking a little bit better, and that goal will be accomplished by the end of today. We just have to get all of this grass out. I think I'm going to probably start on the big field just so that we can get most of that done first, and then we will get over to the field over by the house, which is a lot smaller, and if we can't get to that, it's a lot easier to take the loss on that. Then of course it is on the big field, because if we're going to get paid, we might as well get paid on the bigger one. So we are going to get that. Everything's down here and it's already in SWAT, so as you remember, and we will just be able to drive over it and pick it up. Now, the drive to the animal dealer is essentially the same as the drive that we are making right now. It's in town, it's just around the corner around there. So yeah, this drive isn't long, but it can add up for sure, and I'm glad that we've got the size forage wagon that we have, because at least then we will be able to make less of these trips. But as you can see, we've got a lot of grass cut here, and we've got a lot of work to do. Let's just be honest. I mean, we're going to be picking up quite a bit of grass. Let me make sure that this is turned on. Alright, seems to be. Everything seems to be down. I've never used one of these things before, so they gave me an instruction at the store. I am trying to learn, but here we go. And I believe that everything is working fine. Just look back here. And yeah, you can see the grass is in there, so I am happy. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time for sure, but at the end of the day, at least I know it's working right. Now we are going to just continue to pick all of this up, and I will probably pick this back up when we're closer to completed, which will be I don't know, an hour, maybe 2 hours from now. Okay, so on our way back from the animal dealer, and this is going to be our last trip, I think. And yeah, it's been a couple hours. We have been driving all over this field. Happy to report that it looks like this now, and we've still got the field over by the house, but yeah, this is looking a lot better, and I'm really excited about all this. Now, we got a baler over here, and I bought it, but we're not going to use it on this one because we are not going to be able to get everything down in time. The rain is going to take that from us, but we will have that for next summer so that we will be able to bale up all of the hay that we are hopefully going to be able to sell, or all the hay that we're going to be able to use. I'm not really sure. I really have been contemplating animals. I'm not really sure as to what animals I would get here. I have been recommended to get some sheep or some goats because of all the grass I have. That would be a good idea. I'm also looking into cows, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because in McGregor I was going to do some cows with Justin, but at the end of the day it's not going to happen that way, and I'm not really sure what to do, because the winter when I was supposed to be studying about all of this stuff, it's really just, my life has been very hectic, from a new job to my grandfather passing away to a lot of other things going on in my life. So I'm not going to be able to study all that right now, so I'm not really sure if I want to jump all the way into that, because I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to make money. And if I can't make money, I don't have a lot of money to lose. I don't know if we're going to do that, but sheep seem easy. But again, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, because cows would be great. I would love to have cows in this pasture as well. I just wonder if we have either enough property for cows, or somewhere that we would be able to buy supplemental hay or something, because we don't have a lot of land right here, and I don't really see, I can't get 30 or 40 head on this field, because we just don't have the room between having to buy hay or whatever. I don't know if that would actually equal anything in our savings account. So a lot to think about, and a lot of time to think about it as winter is approaching here. Yes, I know it is August right now, but in farmland it comes very fast. September and October seem to fly by, and sooner or later we will be into winter, which is not good. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. I told you that I didn't want to go back to the mill to work, and I don't think I want to do that, but I might have to, because I don't foresee any jobs being available in the winter. So I might have to do that for this winter, and then hopefully I will have enough money saved where we can just go all out with the farming next summer. But that is a few things away. We have got today to drive all of this grass down to the animal dealer, and that's really what I'm focused on at the moment. And that's why I really don't have a definitive answer as far as animals are concerned, because I haven't had really too much time to think about it. But here's the animal dealer now, so we are going to hop in here. I am going to fill out some paperwork, and then we are going to drop some grass off for the last time, and I'll get paid. Well, it's been a while since I picked this up, and there's good reason for that. I have been very busy, and sadly it's not at all to do with farming. I have been working at the paper mill. My boss Benny has been putting me to work. I got a couple extra hours overtime the first week, and then a couple more the next week, and then it is snowballed into me working there all the time, and it's just further making me confirm my decision of leaving. I'm definitely going to be out of there in spring. I'm going to keep the job in the winter just to, save a little bit of money, and, maybe we can buy something, next spring with it. But I'm not going to have any jobs as far as from other farmers, not in the winter anyway, because they don't have any. So I'm going to have to stay there at the paper mill, at least until spring. But then I want to get out of there. All right, finally home. And I just went and grabbed some stuff at the bank, and then went to the gas station, got a couple other things, and I forgot. I have to get some stuff. I have to fix my sink, so I forgot to go to the hardware store. Man, this house. I like it, but man, it's going to end up costing me some money. Plumbing is a nightmare sometimes. I'm trying to learn from YouTube. I'm trying to figure out. I don't have any idea what I'm doing as far as plumbing is concerned, and now I need to go down to the hardware store, and I need to grab Another part. Why is it that every time you want to do something, you have to make at least 3 or 4 trips to the hardware store that day for the same thing? Maybe that's just me. I'm a little frustrated, and now I'm. Hey, it's Heard.
Heard. It's just that annoying guy that you're doing the mowing for. How's everything going up there? Just wanted to see because I think we might have some more work for you.
Oh, that's good. Actually, I was getting ready to go up there and finish everything right now. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in some more work. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, I could use all the hours I could get.
Well, that's the spirit. I'll keep you posted, Heard, that's for sure. But, oh, hey, there's an ag meeting tonight. Should be some folks up there looking to talk some shop. Maybe even some business opportunities.
Yeah, I actually should go out there and check that out. Well, it's a good idea. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, no problem, Heard. All right, well, I gotta get going. Take your time on that field. Just let me know when it's done.
All right, will do. And if you see me at the ag meeting, you'll know it's done.
All right, well, sounds good, Heard. Take it easy.
All right, well, that's all done. And yeah, I do got to get up there later today and mow that. But he's a nice guy, so I really do want to get that done and make him happy. Anyway, I'm headed over here to the garage. Got to put some stuff away, and then got to head up to town. Got to grab some stuff for the plumbing. Then we can start getting the mowing done. Alright, so back in the truck, and the reason for this is because we have to go down to the hardware store. I just forgot a couple things that I need, tools, so that I can fix a couple things in the house. And man, this house is, it's getting me a little bit financially. It's, I've had to fix a few different things. There's no major improvements that I need to do. There's no major construction that I need to happen in terms of the house, fixing it up or anything. It's a good, solid house. It's just like any other house, it's going to require that I fix it from time to time. And that's the problem. I don't know what I'm doing. So I keep looking at YouTube, and then I keep looking back and scratching my head. And that's been going on a while, but I think we're finally getting some progress here. It's made me think, coming out here from the UMRV, it seems so sudden that my grandfather sold the farm, and I wasn't really sure why. I didn't know if agmax was putting pressure on him. I didn't know if he had just come to his senses and thought that we could just make some money from this, but it turns out I'm pretty sure that he kind of knew that he was sick, and I don't know, he tried to get as much done as he could, but there's a lot of things that I need to have happen with this house, and I'm pretty sure that that's what he was talking about in terms of opportunities in the agricultural field. I'm pretty sure we're living it out right now and trying to fix this up for him, but here's the hardware store. Everybody comes here. Oh, look at this guy. Hey, I thought you were quitting those things, man.
Yeah, well, one more nail in the coffin, Heard. You know that. Enough about bugging me. How about you? You got any mowing jobs done yet?
No, not yet. I'm gonna go finish up later today. I just had to come back down here. I've got to do some plumbing work at my house first. It never stops, man. It never stops.
Yeah, well, gotta start somewhere, Heard, that's for sure. If you're looking to stay around here a while, you might as well fix it up.
No, for sure. I'm hoping to make it out here. So, yes, I do have to fix that house up, and then I got to save up. I got to get a good reputation, maybe even work my way into something bigger here than just doing other people's farming work.
Yeah, well, I heard you were asking around about more work. Keep that in mind, Heard. Folks around here, they're going to take their time warming up to you. A lot of people come in here and talk and don't do a whole lot of action. If you got staying power, it's gonna help you a ton.
Man, are you okay?
Hell, leave me out of it, Herd. You know, I just got a bad cough.
Yeah, it might be those things you're sticking in your mouth there, Gary.
Yeah. Anyway, you go to the ag meeting tonight?
Yeah, actually, you're the second person to ask me here. Yeah, I figured, couldn't hurt. Gonna meet some people. There's definitely gonna be farmers there, so I just have to finish up a few things. Like I said, I have to go fix the house, and then I gotta get up there and mow, but it shouldn't be too long. The field's not too big, so.
Yeah, well, it's a good place to start, Herd. Not just for business, but just getting your name out there. Just don't expect things to come easy. Farming's a long haul, Herd. There's always someone else gunning for the same thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm starting to think I might need to build my own farm over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save up enough money to do that immediately, but it's something I definitely want to do and quick.
Yeah, well, farming's a marathon, Herd. It's not a sprint, so so just be careful.
Yeah, man, Gary, you be careful. You got to get some air in those lungs. My goodness.
Yeah, okay, Herd, all right.
Gary, I'm just busting you. I like you. That's why I'm giving you a hard time. Either way, I got to get in here because I got a lot to do. And yeah, I'm going to hit that ag meeting later today. So want to make sure that I'm not rushing to that. I'm already going to be nervous enough.
You're fine, Herd. Everything will work out. It usually does. Have a good day.
And finally, in Riverbend Springs, Arkansas, that's where my grandfather is staying right now. He's got a house out here, and that's where I'm going to be residing for at least a few months. And I don't know how to not be vague, because the only information that I've been getting is vague. I know that he has a place out here. I know that he's got some plans for us agriculturally. And other than that, I really don't know. And why am I going on this goose chase? Well, because I really don't have anything else as an alternative. So why not? And let's chase this farming dream. Now, this is his property over here on the right. It's just weeds, grass, all that stuff. He hasn't really been doing anything this year, he said. He was going to lease it out to a local farmer, but that kind of fell through. So it's just been sitting there. That one and this one over here on the left, which is behind his house. And right there is the field and his house, obviously, right here on the left. But this is my grandfather's place. This is where we will be hanging out for at least a couple months. And that's his truck right there, which is looking a lot better than my truck. But, well, at least in terms of in shape of it. But my truck is better. Let's just be honest about it. Now, let's get up to the stairs here and knock on the door, see what he's doing. Just really weird to be here, having this be my grandfather's place. I mean, just after, having the farm for so long. Let's see. Maybe he didn't hear us. I'll just wait for him here.
Hey there, how was your trip?
Hey there yourself. You scare me, man. Good. It's a 5 or 6 hour trip down here, but all worth it to see this guy.
Yeah, okay, all right. What are you knocking for?
Well, I've never been here. I don't know. I'm just knocking because I don't live here.
Well, you never have to knock at your grandfather's. Well, come on in, I'll get you a drink.
That sounds good, honestly. I could definitely use a drink.
Well, then come on in.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the farm. I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby, get a little stuck. It's a Saturday joyride, Percy Feast is the spot to take the blues away. We're on a boat, we're feeling fine,
right, so now just finishing up here in the field, and this is the last thing we had to do pretty much all summer, although I'm not really sure because, as you heard earlier, the guy has more work for me, so I'm really not sure what he has planned. Maybe I'm going to be bailing this up later, not really sure, but let's make all of this fold up, that way we can get on the road. We're right down by town, but I have to go home first and then just kind of clean up. The farmers meeting is later tonight, a couple hours from now, so I'll be able to go home and just kind of relax for a little bit and kind of get ready. I mean, I don't know, I'm a little nervous for all this. I don't really know anyone in town, and I'm really not sure, as far as farming's concerned, what I'm talking about that much. So I don't know. I'm going to try to be a fly on the wall here. That's kind of the strategy, is to be a fly on the wall and just to kind of absorb everything, because I'm not going to add anything as far as answers or solutions to this meeting. It's more of a fact-finding mission for me. I want to go. I want to learn a little bit more about the town. Want to learn more about the agriculture in this town, because that's what I plan on doing. So, and hopefully, I'll just mosey on over and get introduced to a couple people, or maybe I'll just bite the bullet and go introduce myself. But that's the only way I'm going to really get jobs. That and the farm store down here. But I'm not really sure how reliable that's going to be. I mean, if no one knows who I am, I'm not really sure if they're going to hire me. So it's really in my best interest to actually go down here and introduce myself. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to introduce myself and just kind of let them know that I'm available for hire next year, because, as I said, I'm going to quit my job in the spring, and that I'm pretty excited for. I'm also very nervous for it because there's no money coming in now. Yeah, we don't have a ton of bills, but at the same time, there's no money coming in with farming until you sell some stuff, obviously. So it's going to be a transition. I'm used to 40-hour weeks, but all right, let's back this up here. And I'm just going to set this over here, and then we will head up to the house. And man, I got to get that cleaned. I do need to get a power washer in the next couple episodes. I definitely need to get a power washer in the next couple episodes, now that I'm seeing that unfold. Wow. Dirty mower. That's all right. Anyway, we'll get this down, and then we will get in the house and just kind of relax for the first time in a while. We've done enough, so we can just relax, grab a beer, and wait. All right, so the time is now. It is approaching 7 o'clock, and we've got to get down to the farmers market. Of course, I'm talking about the farmers meeting that we have been anticipating all day today. Not looking forward to, but just anxiously looking at the clock throughout the day, because now I'm going to have to go to a building that is uncomfortable, or unfamiliar, I should say, with a bunch of people that I have no idea who they are. So it's gonna be something, and I've never been to one of these before either. So as far as I know, there will be some food. There will be a meeting at the end for all the farmers to attend, to just kind of, I'm not really even sure, maybe talk about the crops, maybe the growth, just share stories. I'm really not sure, but there is a meeting. There is an annual meeting at the end of these things, so I am going to attend that. I'm hoping that they let me attend that. I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, I do know Gary, and I think Gary's going to be there, so the guy from the hardware store, so I think he can vouch for me. But either way, heading up to the farmers market. All right, and approaching the farmers market. I've never actually been here before, so it's pretty nice to actually come in here. But here we are, and it looks like there are some people here already. And wow, yeah, there is a good amount of people here. I guess I'm going to take this parking space over here. It's the only one I see right now. and now I'm gonna look like an idiot because I can't park right. What a good way to introduce myself, I guess. Heard. Either way, let's park that and get in here. And we will attend the meeting. I don't know. This guy left his truck on. I don't know if he's coming back out or if I should tell somebody. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. I didn't see anything. I don't want to be made an idiot. Either way, let's get into this meeting and see if we can't cause some chaos. Man, do I hate coming to these things. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Guess I'm just going to walk around the room. I don't know. I know a few people in town. I don't know if they're going to be here or not. It is open to the public for dinner, so let's see here. Oh, good. Yes. There's Gary. Let me walk over there and say hey to Gary.
Hey, Herd. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Gary, I guess, given the circumstances. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, but...
Well, Herd, you're learning, and you're learning about the community. You're learning who the farmers are in town that can help you. I'd say you're doing the right thing.
Okay. Let's get this started here. First, thank you guys for coming to the annual Riverbend Springs Farmers Meeting. And first, before we get started, I wanted to say thank you to the Riverbend Springs Farmers Market for hosting us here this year and every year for the past, I don't know. It's been a while, hasn't it? Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. I wanted to thank everyone for showing up at the event. I wanted to thank everyone for farming this year and really just bringing Riverbend Springs agriculture to a new level here. Usually this would be a celebratory thing, but well, this meeting comes with a different tone, I'm afraid. We have a bit of serious business to attend to, and I just wanted to say, first and foremost, this community is a farming community, and it is supported by local farmers and local families of Riverbend Springs. And if anybody's been paying attention, but there is a huge conglomerate up north. It is called agmax, and agmax is in the business of being a conglomerate. They are in the business of buying up smaller farms and adding it to their portfolio of farms that they then own. The problem here is that they own all of the farms in the area, and then they buy a grocery market, and then there is no choice for anyone in the area to grab different types of food unless they go out of the area. Now, we don't want that to happen here in Riverbend Springs. We're a proud agricultural community, and we do not want any to come in here and jeopardize that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that they are out there. I just wanted to let you guys understand that they are going to talk to you, and the representative is in the area. I've seen him, and he is going to come talk to you. I can guarantee that. He's done it in every other town around here. And show him up there. His name is Sam, and Sam is an agricultural specialist, is what agmax calls it. And really what Sam is a salesman who tries to take smaller farms and add it to the agmax portfolio. So I want to make sure that everybody understands who Sam is and make sure that you know what you're getting into. We are going to recess for a moment and go and have a couple appetizers, and then we will finally get into the dinner. But please talk amongst yourselves, and if there's any questions about what I just said, please feel free to come up and talk to me. Thank you.
Heard he ain't lying. The town up north, agmax agmax took it all.
Yeah. I think we have a problem here, Gary. All right. Well, this garage will come in handy at some point. Believe me. Right now it's empty, but it will come in handy. Speaking of empty, this is the field, and as you can see, it is snowing here in Arkansas, which Doesn't happen often. Also, you can see we've got a power washer here. I'm not going to use it on the mower yet. I don't want to freeze it all out, but we will be using it this summer. And yeah, just a good item to add to the farm. Something that I've always... Oh, man. Well, that's not a conversation I'm ready to have right now, let me just say. So, I'm going to walk over to the house. I'm going to ignore him for right now. I'm really not sure what to say to him. The last farm meeting there was just I couldn't believe what I was looking at, and honestly, I don't really trust anything that he says right now. I mean, it's not like I've known Sam forever, but I think I knew him a little bit better than I did. Maybe people change. I don't know. For me, I thought he was supposed to be in Florida. But all right, we are going to get in here, and I've got to look for some papers for the bank. We got to bring some papers down there today, just to finalize this inheritance. All right, let's see here. Newspaper clippings. Old receipts. What I'm looking for is just some paperwork to fill out so that I can drive it down to the bank and we can just finalize this inheritance. But still kind of trying to find... Man, this guy cooked junk mail in here. Why would you keep junk mail? Interesting. Alright, there it is. Okay, there... Yes, alright, there... What is this down here? Co-op plans. Well, this isn't what I was looking for, but this might be what I really needed to find. Alright, so we have to go down to the bank. I just have to finalize all that paperwork. I did sign it. I just have to hand it in. And then officially, this... Well, I can't even say farm. This piece of land, this one behind us, this house right here, and the garage and the big field down here that we're going to go by, that will be ours, and hopefully we'll be able to turn that into a farm. That is what I think my grandfather would want, and you know, I'm trying to honor him. That's what I'd really like to do. So, but yeah, that co-op folder has me spinning. I didn't look at it yet. I threw it on the table. I figured it was something that I could look at when I got back. One fire at a time, really, is kind of how I'm holding my day down, because if not, it just gets too stressful. But yeah, gonna go down here and take care of the bank issue, and then I'll get back there and probably just give that folder a look. I'm not really sure if the folder was from the UMRV, if he was looking to make a co-op in McGregor, or if it's for here. I'm really not sure what that was, if that was something that he was looking forward to me doing before he passed away. I'm really not sure. We didn't really get too far into the talks of what I was going to be doing, because as soon as I got down here, I was informed that he was sick, and then it just kind of, you know, everything else doesn't matter at that point. Just try to spend some time with him and stuff, but we never really got around to talking about that because how quick it went. But anyway, sad stuff aside, I think we can figure some stuff out there with that folder. I think that it will be, it could be pretty enlightening to us in terms of maybe why he sold the farm and why he just had that sudden, you know, change of heart. But either way, I have arrived at a place with no heart. Not to talk disparagingly about the people inside, but anyway, let's get in here. We'll fill out all of this stuff that they want us to, and then we will officially become landowners here in Riverbend Springs. All right, well, the land and house are officially ours, so oh man, let's hurry up over there, and let's get out of here. Sam is over there talking to somebody. I don't know if he saw us. I don't want to talk to him. So I am going to get out of Dodge because that is the easiest way for me not to talk to him. I don't know if he saw us or not. Hoping he didn't, but Either way, I don't think I'm going to be able to dodge him forever. It's just that I'm not really sure what to say to him at this point. I mean, thanks for selling out. Thanks for helping, you know, perpetuate the problem, helping agmax buy all these farms up, ruining another neighborhood. I mean, there's too many things that I'd probably want to say to him. So maybe the best course of action is just to ignore him. But I always hit this train is always going through here. At least I got the tail end of it. It wasn't that long today. But yeah, me and this stop know each other. Now what? Fine. You know what? Yeah, Sam.
Heard, come on, I just saw you. Why you ducking me?
Why am I Sam, you show up in a town 3 hours south of McGregor. You're supposed to be in Florida enjoying your retirement, and instead, I have to go to a farmer's meeting and try to start a new life in this town, and I'm reminded with my old life. Only it's not in a good way. It's somebody that I thought I could trust helping out somebody that helped ruin the area and ruin my grandfather's farm. I mean, what do you want me to say to you?
Heard, it's really not what you think. I would love the opportunity to just have a conversation with you.
Sam, you're having a conversation with me right now, and it's not really going that well either, so I don't really know what the benefit of having further conversations are, but I think I know everything that I need to.
Heard, frankly, you don't. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes your grandfather did. I'm throwing you a lifeline here.
Goodbye, Sam. After my talk with Sam, he'd piqued my interest. I had to be honest. What did he mean, the same fate as my grandfather? I didn't know everything. He needed to talk to me. I don't really know any of what he was talking about, but I do not think Sam is the good guy in this situation, and I don't think he's someone that I can trust either. Either way, I had to get in and look at the co-op folder because I needed to know what my grandfather was planning on doing. And it turned out that it was a little bit more than a few sketches. This had a whole plan on how to beat agmax in what he considered his business plan. A co-op in Riverbend Springs. One that would take on agmax before they could get into the area, and one that would unify the farmers before the corporation could buy them out. It was a solid idea, one that I thought I might be able to explore, but not right now. Not at this second. At this second, I'm going to need to go over to Willie's because it has been a hectic day, a very hectic day, and I know they probably have some weird beer over there, but any beer will do at this point. Alright, well, that was certainly interesting. I don't know, the co-op thing seems like an expensive idea. It seems like an idea that's, I mean, looking at it, looked to make sense, but it will take a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of networking. I mean, I'm just trying to start a farm. I don't know if that's something that's very feasible, but at the end of the day, if I start a farm and agmax comes, what's the use?
Hey there, what'll it be?
Just a beer. You got any Kodiak?
Got what?
I don't know, never mind. Anything that's local.
Alrighty, coming right up. Guessing you're not from around here.
Bud, you don't know how local I am. I'm right there. That house right up the road there.
Oh, okay, my apologies. I thought an older guy bought that.
Yeah, that was my grandfather. He passed. I actually just inherited the house today, officially.
Oh, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that he passed. You from around here, though?
No, I'm from up north, the upper Mississippi River Valley. I lived in McGregor, Iowa. I had a farm up there, but yeah, my grandpa sold that farm, moved here, and he bought that house. But yeah, everything was going good, but then a big company came through and I don't know, they started buying up all the farms around the area. Really made the area pretty hard to farm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Agmax, right?
Yeah, so you've heard.
Yeah, yeah. They just bought some farmers' land up in North Riverbend. I forgot his name, but yeah, pretty good sized plot from what I heard.
Yeah, they're building farms everywhere. Their whole plan is to buy the private ones, and then they put the new people out of business, and then they control the entire agricultural area. They'll grab a grocery store, things like that, but mostly they just do farms, so I'm not surprised it's happening here.
No, 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 man. You got that wrong. Actually, they're putting in a factory up there of some sort.
A factory? Are you sure that's agmax?
Absolutely sure. Yeah, I forgot what type of factory it was, but yeah, they're really looking to get into the area. And there's some rep out there now talking to some farmers around the area.
Yeah, I've seen them around.
Yeah, I don't think it's good news for this area at all. I've heard other areas go out like that. Anyway, enjoy your drink.
Yeah, cheers. Well, believe it or not, that was my first time there, and good food. Not Kodiak, though. Gotta be honest. It was okay, though. It was pretty good. Anyway, who's here? What now? This is Sam. Who is this?
Hey, Herg. I think we should talk.
Justin?
I know. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. What are you doing here? Usually people call before driving 3 hours to someone's house. Are you in the area or something?
Herg, I'd like to talk to you. Listen, I know about Sam. Honestly, that makes me more sad than mad, but I mean, how could you betray your neighbors? I guess when I look at it, Sam's always been a little bit more about himself than anybody else. The thing is, though, Herg, I'm not him. In fact, he was your neighbor, and I knew him a little from the store, but I didn't have his number or anything.
Yeah, Justin, this is just odd timing is all. I mean, I just found out Sam was working with agmax here a couple weeks ago, and now today you show up in my driveway.
Herg, I know, but the reason I'm here is because I know Sam's here. Thing is, I know what he's doing.
Yeah, so do I, Justin. I think the whole town does.
No, but I know what he's going to do next.
What do you mean?
Well, can I get out of the truck, get a beer or something, and we can talk? I mean, I've just been on the road all that time. I drove all this way to talk to you, and I promise, I'm not with agmax, but I do want to talk to you about agmax, and I do want to talk to you about Sam.
All right, sure. I'll grab some beer. We can sit here on the porch and just talk for a little bit.
All right, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Perfect. This is a nice place, Herg. Your grandpa did pick well.
Nah, he didn't do too bad, did he? All right, give me a second and I'll be right out here with a beer.
Thanks, Herg. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, cheers. So you've just been working locally here, or you were? What was that place called you told me? The paper mill, right?
Yeah, working at the paper mill, kind of part-time now, really. We kind of sort of slow down in the winter, but I do want to get out of here, I want to find something new eventually. The paper mill's not in my future for a long time. I mean, I do miss farming, and even if I was just hay farming, for a single summer, that was still fun.
Herg, that's an important job, and I mean, I get it. I've been working over in a factory in Prairie du Chien, and it's not so important of a job. It's just driving truck for 'em, moving one thing from one place to another town, and I don't know, that doesn't happen as much. I'm not on the road as much. I'm just at the warehouse, long enough to call it a death sentence.
Oh, wait, you don't run your own hauling business anymore?
Oh, yeah, sure. When someone needs something, but Yeah, agmax took all the farmers out of the UMRV, so now, I don't know, I don't have enough customers to keep myself employed that way, so I took a job over in Prairie du Chien at the factory, so yeah, agmax shouldn't be expecting a Christmas card from me this year.
No, I hear you.
I mean, heard you, me, your grandfather. Hell, even Sam was on the list, but he decided to take the deal and hurt everyone else. I don't know, Herd. I got no respect for that. And not to mention the whole area of the UMRV being affected by that horrible company. I mean, that event really shook me, Herd. You know, it bothered me to the core. It affected a lot of my family, my friends. I don't know, I'm just really bothered that they got away with all of it.
No, I get it. I get it. And, when my grandpa sold the farm, it just kind of felt like everything changed so fast, And not for the better. I mean, I'm still wondering how to get back to something like that. My worry is I'm not going to be able to, and just going to be working at this paper mill for the rest of my life because agmax came in and wanted to make a few more bucks.
Yeah, well, that's actually what I came to talk to you about, Herd. I don't want to see them take over Riverbend Springs or any other small town for that matter. There's enough small towns in this country, there's enough good farmers in this country where we really don't need one company running all of it.
So what's the proposal, Justin? Because, I got to be honest, this is really curious timing.
No, and I get why you'd think that, Herd. I mean, honestly, I don't blame you for being suspicious, but the truth is, I'm here because of what Sam's doing. And I heard from a friend back home that he's down here working for agmax and trying to buy out the town like the UMRV's fate was, and I'm not good with that, and, after what they did in McGregor, I couldn't sit by and watch them wreck another place.
Right, but Justin, you think I don't already know what they're up to? I mean, Sam's been sniffing around here for weeks. The whole town knows. I mean, they held his picture up at the ag meeting I went to. And better yet, Sam knows they know. So what makes you think you've got something to add?
Because, Herd, I know what's coming. I saw it happen back home. How they start with a couple friendly deals, a few buyouts, and before you know it, they own the whole town. I mean, I lost my job, my customers, my future plans, everything, really. You think I want to see that happen again?
Justin, I get it, but they turned everything upside down back in McGregor. I mean, you and me, we couldn't stop it back then. What makes you think it's going to be any different here?
Herd, because now we know their strategy. I'm here to spread awareness to the people of this town before Sam does.
Justin, I don't think you get it. They've already been told. They already know the problem. It's the solution that they're looking for. That's what they don't have.
I get that, Herd. I really do. But knowing what's coming isn't enough if you don't have a plan to fight back. That's why I came here. Back in McGregor, we didn't see it coming until it was too late. But here? We've got a shot. If people are already aware of agmax, that's a head start that we didn't have back in the UMRV.
A head start? Justin, getting our ducks in a row isn't going to do much if those ducks are just sitting there waiting to be shot.
Look, Herd, I don't have all the answers, but I do know what worked for some of the small guys who held out longer than we did back home. There were only a few in Prairie du Chien, but they're still up there.
And what's that? Because right now it feels like all agmax has to do is wave a check in front of someone, and they're done. Sold, out of the area, feet kicked up at a beach.
I know, Herd. The solution isn't clear yet, and I'm not pretending I've got it all figured out. But what I do know is what agmax does and how they work. That's why I came here, to warn people before things get worse. They don't just buy farms. They make it impossible for anyone else to compete. They did it back home, they'll do it here. And once a few people sell, they'll control the market. They jack up the prices for everyone else, seed, equipment, contracts, you name it. And then they choke the ones who held out right out of business.
Right, but a solution is nowhere to be found in there. And yeah, Sam was saying something about not wanting to make the same mistakes as my grandfather did. I mean, what mistakes?
Herd, I've got no idea what he's talking about, but it does sound like Sam's threatening you.
Indeed. I don't know. Look, Justin, I get it. You've seen this play out before. You're trying to help. But it's hard to see a way out of this. I mean, even if we can get the people to talk to us about this, what's that really going to change?
Maybe nothing, maybe everything. I mean, you don't know until you try, but Herd, I want to try, and I want to make this work. Back in McGregor, I liked the farming business we were setting up. Then out of nowhere, it was gone. You were gone. So many others were gone. I mean, I hate this company, and I want to spend some time trying to tear it down and saving this area at the same time. I mean, listen, I would be lying to you to say it wasn't selfish. I do want to tear this company down, but if we can save Riverbend Springs in the meantime, why wouldn't we? But either way, that's going to have to wait. I got to get going for now. I'm staying over at the hotel in town tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to try and talk to some of these people in town and kind of get my ear to the pavement and see, what I can come up with. But the first stage of this plan is awareness, and people are for sure going to be aware when I'm through.
All right, Justin. Well, good luck. If you need anything, I'll be over here, but let me know if you come up with a solution to any of this.
Thanks, Herd. I will. And thanks for the beer. It was really good catching up with you, but I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later, Justin. All right, another amazing day in the Riverbend Springs area, and I gotta be honest, that's not true. It is a bad day for me. I've got to go to work. I'm going to the paper mill today. Benny is going to be bothering me, my boss, all day long, and I I cannot wait to get out of there. I mean, I think that it's a going nowhere job. I mean, the people are nice enough outside of my boss, but it's just not for me. But oh well, we gotta do this until the winter is over. That way we can farm, and I'm not really sure what the farming area is gonna look like in the spring, and that's only a couple months away. But I'm thinking that this year in farming is going to be much different than any other year in the Riverbend Springs area, because agmax is going to be trying to buy people out, and I'm not really sure. Let me just go down there and turn my truck on, warm it up for a little bit, as long as I'm standing out here. But yeah, I'm really not sure what Justin's intentions are, to be honest. I don't know if it's something that he's trying to find information for Sam, so I didn't really tell him anything about the co-op. I didn't really feel like I could trust him right now. It's curious timing, I will say that. But on the other hand, it does make sense for Justin with, everybody, his whole area, his whole town, his hometown being affected by this. And I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it doesn't sound like his life is any better as a result of it. So I don't know. I'm really not sure what to think. I think Sam could turn. I think anybody could turn. And I really don't know these guys that well, right? I mean, I've only known them for about a year, and it hasn't really been a relationship where I was hanging out with them all the time. I mean, me and Justin were hanging out in the UMRV, but me and Sam really weren't. So I really don't know these guys' intentions. I don't know how loyal they are. They don't have any really reason to be loyal to this area, so, or me for that matter. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna play it day by day and see if time doesn't tell, but either way, right now time is of the essence. We've got to get over to the paper mill. The paper mill is where we work right now. Not too happy to say that, but it does pay the bills and it does put food on the table, and I guess that's really the only thing that is important about a job. So here we go over to the paper mill, but I do get out at 5, and like I said, all day long my mind is going to be racing, and What's Justin up to? All right, let me get out of here for a minute. It is noon, it is lunchtime, and I'm going to go to my car because, yes, we do have a staff break room in here, but then I got to listen to everybody complain about work, and I don't want to do that because I already don't like it here. So if we're all just going to complain about work, I'm just going to go sit in my truck. I am going to turn on the heat, and I'll probably call Justin, see what he's up to, see what's going on. See if he has any success. And I guess I'm just going to play this like I do trust everything he's saying, because it's kind of what I have to do until it shows me that he's not trustworthy. But either way, let me put my stuff over here. I'll grab my phone and let me give him a call.
Hey, Herd, what's going on?
Justin, just on lunch right now. I'm just calling to see how everything's going with you.
Yeah, good. I spent the morning talking to folks around here. I hit the diner downtown and the farm store right next to it, and even a few local farms in the area that I stopped at. And yeah, you're right, everyone knows about the problem. And honestly, most people are frustrated, but it's good because they're not hopeless. They're interested in a solution. It's not all about the money for them, you know? It's pride in the area.
Yeah, it is. And that's actually really good to hear, right? I mean, money is what agmax has to offer. So if they're not all about money, then it kind of gives agmax a little less power. But I'm happy that you talked to everybody. I mean, I didn't think anyone here really had the guts to even talk about any of this.
Yeah, I was a little surprised too, but it's like you said, you know, people know. The issue isn't that they're greedy or desperate for money. Most of these folks want to farm. They just want the lifestyle. They want to keep their land. They want to keep their families involved in their work. I mean, you know, that's what they don't want, is to feel like they're just waiting for the next agmax check to come in, choke out their future.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, people here don't want to lose what they've built, even if it's a small operation. I mean, the idea of just waiting for agmax to come and take it all, it's pretty terrifying. I've felt that way. But what do you think they want, Justin? I mean, you think they're ready to take action, or you think they're just talking?
I think it's a little of both, Herd. I mean, they want to fight back, but they're scared. They're tired of feeling like they're stuck with no options. And when I started talking to them, they seemed open to the idea of something different. They don't want to sell out, not unless they really have to. And they want to keep their land, their farms, their way of life. You know what I mean? It's all they know.
Well, that's good, I guess, but talk is cheap. They've been let down before, and not sure what's going to make them believe that it's different this time.
I know, Erg, I know, but that's why I'm here. To remind them that they don't have to just roll over. There's still a way to make a stand, to fight for what they've got left. A lot of them are skeptical, sure, but I can feel that spark. They want to believe, and when they see that there's actually a way out, I think most of them will follow.
So what's the first plan of this?
Well, I'm working on it. I mean, I'm talking to the right people and getting the word out. We need to be prepared for when agmax starts making their moves. I want all these farmers to know what they've got to lose, and I want them to say no, at least for a little bit. It just buys us a little bit more time to make sure that our plan is going to work. Then that means making sure everyone here knows what's coming, what there is to lose, and most importantly, how strong this whole community can be if it works together.
Like a co-op?
A co-op, huh? Well, that's an interesting idea, Herd. I've heard of some co-ops that have worked before, but I know it's not as simple as just throwing a group of people together. I mean, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be a real plan. A way for everyone to benefit and not just survive, you know?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking too, but I don't know, Justin. It feels like I'm just a guy with a half-baked idea. I don't have the resources, I don't have the experience, or even the trust of the community yet to even talk seriously about a co-op. And honestly, even if I could get the people on board, what then? I mean, I don't have any big answers.
Look, Hergen, I think I might have someone who can help with this. He's someone I graduated with back in McGregor, and a real sharp guy, you know? Always had a lot of money floating around. I'm not saying he's gonna throw cash at us, but he might be able to help with a loan, or at least get us connected with the right people. And I knew he came to my house a few times when you were there. Do you remember that? You probably saw him roll in with his limo.
Yeah, I remember. A real fancy guy, right? I never really got the vibe that he was looking to help people like us, though. I mean, he's got a lot of money, right?
Yeah, he does. He does, but you know it's more complicated than that. Or he's got his own reasons for being mad at Agmax. He's from the Gregor, and when Agmax came in, they shut down his family's business. He's been pretty vocal about them for a while now, just doesn't have much of an outlet. He's always just been about the money, but this hits him on a different level. He knows what Agmax is capable of.
Alright, so you're saying he's angry enough at Agmax to want to help with this. I mean, I don't know him, but if he's got money and he's looking to make a stand, I'll listen. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it, but I really don't see us having a whole lot of options here.
Right, I'm not saying he'll jump in head first right away, but if I bring this up to him the right way, you may be interested. Maybe he's tired of seeing these companies steamroll over everybody, and even if he does keep his distance from the small town stuff. It's worth the shot, Herd. I mean, I'll talk to him, see if he's willing to help out with a loan, or maybe connect us to someone who is. I don't know, just don't get your hopes up too high.
No, I get it, and I'm not. I don't know if he's going to go for it or not. My hopes are not high, but if he's got the resources to back something like this, then I think we'd have a shot. We've got to at least try, right?
Exactly, and I'll see what I can do. I mean, it's not going to be easy, like I said, but it is a start. And if he's willing, it'll give us the foundation we need. And in the meantime, keep thinking about that co-op idea. The more solid we can make it, the better, but I'll keep you posted, alright?
Alright, Justin. Well, I got to get back into work, but it's been good.
I'll keep in touch, Herd.
And finally, out of that place. 5 o'clock has never been more appreciative to me. I am out of work and ready to go home. And honestly, I mean, I've been thinking about this Justin thing all day. I've been thinking about this co-op thing all day. I have no answers. Okay, I don't. But I'm hoping that over a couple beers at home, I may get some more answers. People like to fly down this road, so I try to look both ways before crossing that bridge. But yeah, I have no answers, so I'm hoping that a couple beers will solve that. I'm hoping that I will be able to figure more out. And yeah, I did say co-op, but you know, he doesn't have any idea that I've got all these plans, so. And I really, honestly, I think Justin is somebody I can trust. I mean, I really do think that his heart is in the right place. But I'm going to cautiously be optimistic about that. I'm going to cautiously move forward with everything. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not giving away too much. You know, I'm going to talk to some of the people around town and see what they thought of him. But I do think he's trying to actually help. And I think, yeah, there's some revengeful aspects of, you know, his motivation. But at the same time, I do think he wants to help farmers in the area as well. Even if it's not his area, it's the company that sadly helped put his area down. So I am really looking forward to seeing what everybody else thought about him. And I don't know, I'm tired of thinking for the day. Let's just say that. Okay, I'm gonna go home, probably turn on an Arkansas basketball game, watch them lose, and then go to bed, because man, what a stressful day it's been today so far. And finally, kicking back and getting ready to watch the game. Yeah, Arkansas's not bad. 11-6 this year. It's not a terrible. Who's that? Ugh, I can never relax. All right, let me get up and get to the door. Hello? Where did they go? Okay. Okay. Nope. I talked with Justin. Want to know more? I'll contact you. If you're doing this, I'm in. Who is this from? All right, and another day. Just trying to head out to the equipment store real quick. Have to go down there and at least see if there are any jobs available, but It is a cold one today. My goodness. Freezing out here. And this truck I did not start, so that's my own fault.
Good morning, Riverbend Springs. You've tuned in to 98.5 The Herd, your hometown station for all things country. It's 7:12 in the morning here, and we're looking up a pretty cold day ahead. Honestly, it's a good day to stay inside, grab some coffee, and just cozy up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And speaking of staying warm, let's talk about the Riverbend Springs community calendar. Coming up this Saturday, it's the annual Riverbend Winter Days at the Community Center. There's going to be fresh produce, local crafts, live music. It's the perfect way to support our farmers and our local artisans during these colder months here in Riverbend Springs.
And don't forget about the kids' petting zoo. Always a crowd pleaser. You can never go wrong with some baby goats, am I right? But bundle up, grab the family, and come on out.
Really a must-do. And now to some bigger news for the agricultural world right here in Riverbend Springs. Agmax, a natural leader in agribusiness, is announcing that they are moving into the area later this year.
Yeah, agmax is known for their large-scale operations. They're bringing a lot of resources with them, and it'll definitely be something to watch as they set up shop up here in Riverbend Springs.
Well, it's certainly going to make an impact, and agmax has a reputation for innovation in agriculture, and they're promising access to new tools and technology for farmers in our area. That could be a big change for some of our local growers.
For sure, and change always comes with, challenges, doesn't it? But hey, it's something to keep an eye on as the year progresses, and of course, we'll keep you updated as everything continues.
Absolutely, and in the meantime, let's focus on supporting the folks who have been here all along, our local farmers, our makers, our businesses. They're the heart of this community after all.
I've said it better myself. All right, folks, stick with us for more updates on that, of course. Your favorite music, keeping your day moving here, right here on 98.5 The Herd.
Well, the news is certainly out. Agmax is coming to Riverbend Springs, and there's a lot to think about with that. But for right now, I got to side shelf that because I need a job. I need to get a couple extra dollars here. Let's step in here and talk to the guys.
Well, look who it is, Herd. What brings you in today, my friend? Need something for the tractor, or you just here to shoot the breeze with the old guys?
A little both. A little both. I was actually, I first wanted to see if you had any jobs available.
Yeah, I figured. Hey, Herd, listen, I wish I could help you, man, but I don't at the time. Things been slow around here lately. For me, too, actually. I don't know. Between folks holding on to their old equipment longer and those big companies like agmax sniffing around, there's just not a lot of work to go around anymore. Farmers are getting nervous. I heard they got their own mechanics and repair teams. Won't need guys like us if they get their hooks into this town. Man, what do you think about that anyway? It was on the radio this morning. You got a read on them?
Yeah, well, Sam is out there trying to have everyone sell. I know he stopped here, so thank you for saying no to him. I think if we just stick together, we may be able to ride this out, but I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a bigger job than just me and you.
Well, you're right on that, Herd. It's going to take a lot more than just us two standing our ground. I don't know, that Sam guy's got a silver tongue. Some folks are already starting to listen to him. But I got a few allies in this fight. That Justin guy, he's with us. He seems to see the bigger picture. And we've talked, he's got his crew on board, and you know how it is. The farmers rely on us to keep their equipment running. They lose us, and they're kind of stuck. Justin seems to get that. Now, I don't know if it'll be enough, but the guys here at the shop, me, this company, you can count on us for whatever you need. We're in, Herd. What's your next move?
Well, we're working on that now, Hank. I know some ideas are being shifted around, but I'll let you know when I figure out all the details. But in the meantime, try to advocate to anyone and everyone who comes in here to not sell yet. We just need a little bit more time.
You got my word, Herd. Anyone who walks through that door is going to get an earful from me about keeping this town local. Agmax can flash all the fancy ads they want in our face, but folks around here need to understand what they're giving up. just keep me in the loop, all right? Whatever you decide to do, you've got my support. And don't wait too long to act, because we've got to keep this town on its feet before the thing starts slipping too far.
Will do, Hank, and you'll be the first to know. Anyway, I guess I gotta get some stuff done. Have a good day, man.
You too, Herd. Keep your head up out there, all right? Remember, you're not in this alone.
All right, well, no jobs is never good. The paper mill, although I always complain, has always got my back with at least paying for the electric and keeping that on. But I was really looking to get a little bit more jobs. I was trying to see if there would be any farmer that would be willing or looking for help. It would just give me another farmer to talk to about this whole thing and also put some money in my pocket. But apparently that's not what is on the schedule today. So there is no jobs. We're not going to be able to do anything for any other farmers today, at least. But there are still a lot of things that we can do back at home. I want to try to get a couple things situated, and I also want to take a look at agmax, or at least where agmax's property is, because I have been told where they are going to be moving here in Riverbend Springs, and I really want to just get up there and see what we're looking at, if it's anything, if it's a big factory or if it's an old factory. I'm not from this area, and to be completely honest, I don't think I've ever been up there. So, but yeah, we'll travel these roads today, even though they are a little bit slippery. And I've mentioned already, it is very cold out here today. It is just not fun. I can't believe it's snowing. That's how cold it is. I thought it would maybe be too cold to snow, but it feels that way. When the sun's not out, that is a big difference, and I'm feeling it at the moment. But either way, I'm really weirded out by the note that was on our doorstep last time, because I just checked off somebody else that isn't it, and that's the guy Hank from the equipment store. Maybe he was the one. I was thinking maybe he was the one who wrote it, but not his doing. So I'm really not sure who it is, if someone's just messing with us, if it's Sam that's playing an elaborate prank on us just to waste our time. But I'm not really going to think too much more about it, only because I would drive myself nuts. I have been driving myself nuts. But either way, we're here. We are home, and I do want to get inside for a little bit, warm up, but then I want to get back outside. I want to go down the trail here and take a look at the barn to see just what we're looking at. To be honest, I've never really been down there and want to see if we can use it. But either way, it is freezing, so let me go warm up, and I will be back. All right, so all warmed up, and I really want to walk down to the end of this little path here. There is a barn, and I'm really not sure if we're able to use it or not. And to be honest, I've never actually walked out here. I've just seen it from a distance and know that it needed a little work. So we really weren't going to park anything down here because look at the road. But there is a nice access road right beyond the barn that goes right up to that road where that bridge is to the left. So it would be a nice place for us to kind of meet or kind of do everything around here, but just wanted to take a look right now and just see what my grandfather had out here. I know that he did use it at one time. It's like a heater, some boots, okay. Lawnmower, that's typical, just some gardening stuff, but honestly, the barn looks a lot better shape than I actually thought. I thought it would be leaning. I thought that we wouldn't be able to stand in here without it thinking it's going to fall down. I mean, yeah, it needs a little work, but I think I can deal with this. We've got just some random stuff out here. But yeah, I like the area. I like this little spot. I don't obviously can't do too much with it, but I think that we could store some stuff down here. I mean, look, it's a free barn, and I don't have one, really. I mean, we did put up a garage over there, but that's really all, and that's not even as big as this barn. This barn, I'm thinking we could just store stuff that we need to keep dry. Not so much equipment or anything, but maybe we can keep equipment down here. We'll have to see if we can level out the terrain, if it's worth it, and, you know, there's a lot of things to consider, but I'm really happy that that's at least usable. At least it's not falling down, let's say that. And like I said, a nice access road, so I'm a happy camper. But yeah, okay, so let's get inside here. I'll grab my keys, and then we will be able to make it up there to check out agmax. And now what? Oh, what now? Who is here now? Everybody wants to come here. All right, let's see what this brings.
Hey, Heard, right? Sorry for just showing up, but I'm the one who left the note. I've been talking to Justin, and I wanted to let you know that I'm in. I want to help however I can.
Well, I'm glad. I really am glad. But not to be rude. Who are you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Duh. Heard, that's my fault. I should have introduced myself right away. I'm Claire. I run the Riverbend Springs Farmers Market. We've probably crossed paths a few times, but I guess never officially.
Well, nice to meet you, Claire, and I'm glad to hear it. You know, we're trying to get things going here. I'll definitely keep you in the loop, and I'm really happy that, you're on the good side as far as I can see it.
Nice to meet you, Heard, and yeah, I'm appreciative of what you're doing. It's very important to the area, running the farmers market. I've gotten to know just about everyone in town who works for the land, and I know their struggles, I know their stories, and most of them are just trying to scrape by as it is, so that's why this agmax thing scares me so much. If they move in, it's not just the big farms that'll feel it, but it's everyone, all the way down to the families who bring their honey and their produce and their vegetables and their eggs to the market every week. I'm here because I care about them. They're more than just farmers to me. They're neighbors, they're friends. I want to do whatever I can to keep this town standing.
Yeah, Claire, I think a lot of people want that, and that's kind of what I'm most inspired by. I'm just hoping we're able to do it. This week we're getting some things together, but I'll for sure keep you in the loop.
Well, I appreciate it, Heard. And yeah, I think so too. People around here, they can be, a little standoffish at times, but once they know that you're a trustworthy person, they'll follow you. And I'm also glad you're doing this, Heard. I'll be ready whenever you need me. Just say the word, and thanks for keeping me in the loop. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. Here, let's exchange numbers. That way you can reach me anytime.
All right, Claire. We'll be in touch then.
Sounds good, Heard, and sorry for dropping by again unannounced. It's just... Thanks for taking the time to talk. I feel a lot better after this discussion.
Oh, no problem, Claire. I hope you have a great day, and like I said, I'll call you as soon as we know anything. All right, now let's go get those keys to the truck. Let's go see what they're up to. All right, well, now we've got the keys, and we are headed up north. Up north to Riverbend Springs, and we are going to see what agmax is up to, what they've bought. I've got the address from Justin, so I'm going to go up there and take a couple photos for him and send it to him, see what we're dealing with here. But I'm really not sure because I've never actually been up to the northern part of Riverbend Springs outside of, trying to get to my grandfather's house. So I drove through this, but I really didn't know what I was looking at. And honestly, I don't even think I went this way, so we'll figure it out together. But I'm very anxious. First, Claire was awesome. I think I can trust her. She seems to be a sweet person and, somebody that's in control of the farmer's market. So the distribution of crops and products that we can sell to the community, that's already built in. She's already on our side. So we will hope to sell stuff from the farmer's market majority-wise, and maybe we can come up with something to do there. But that's way ahead of the game. That's way ahead of the game. We are just now trying to drive up there to see what agmax is all about. Now, I know that there's something because they've obviously gotten the attention of the media, as you could hear earlier on 98.5, but I'm really not sure in terms of how advanced they are. What does this factory look like? Is there a factory at all? I'm really not sure. So we're gonna drive up there, and yes, I'm talking a lot because I'm pretty anxious about this. I want to not drive up there and see this huge conglomerate because I'm already uneasy about this, and really I'm honestly tired of fighting them, and I would really like them to just go away, and I don't really think that that's going to be a feasible option. But the interesting thing is that the address up here, it's the farmer's market's over there on the right. There's the sign right there for the farmer's market. So Claire's place is up here, And now this place it's telling me the next turn, which is right over this bridge. And let's see what we've got up here. I'll tell you one thing, we've got a undone road because there is a lot of snow up here on this road. Obviously you get into the higher elevations and you get more snow, but this is the address right here, and I see nothing. I see a little farm shed there, and that right there is the place. Not really sure. Let's get some photos here, and then we can send them to Justin. Okay, there's one. Get this. There's two. And I'm really not sure what else I'm looking at. Honestly, I thought this was going to be a huge place up here, and it's really not. There's nothing here. Here's another building up here, but I'm not really sure if that's part of this farm or not. I think it is, but I don't know. I'll call Justin. I'll send him the photos, and we'll figure it out. Let me just get in the car where it's warm here. Drive around real quick so we can see if anybody's coming here. Park right here for a minute, and we'll give him a call.
Hey, Herd, what's going on?
Well, Justin, I wish I could say nothing, but just driving home from taking photos of Agmax's new place. I'm actually just still up here sitting here looking at this. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Their new place, huh? Yeah, you actually went up there? Well, what are you looking at, Herd? I mean, is it a factory? Is it a farm? Is it another headache?
I mean, I guess it's a spot for a factory or a farm. There's nothing really here but a few outbuildings and a few fields. I mean, it looks more like a farm to me, but I was told that it was going to be a factory. What do I know in all of this?
Well, that's odd. Sounds like they're either setting up for something big or they're hiding the real plan. I mean, it's too early to say for sure, but factories don't pop up in places like this without a lot of noise. I actually talked to my friend who's been tracking Agmax's moves, and they've got plans for Riverbend Springs. They're just keeping a tight lid on things for now. But as for my friend, he'll be down next week to sit down with us and kind of go over everything. We'll have more to discuss then, but I did talk to him last night, and he said he's willing to listen.
And he knows we need funding?
Yeah, Herd, he knows. He knows. He's aware of the situation, but it's not just about the money, Herd. He's got connections, and we're gonna need all the leverage we can get against these big guys from Agmax.
Well, that sounds good that he's willing to sit down at least.
Yeah, Herd, next week we'll sit down, we'll make a real plan, but for now just keep those ears and eyes open. Every little piece of info could help us figure this thing out.
All right, Justin. Well, I've sent you some pictures, so I'll get off the phone because I'm going to get out of here. But take a look at them and, yeah, let me know what you think.
All right, Herd, will do. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, Justin, I'll talk to you next week.
Hey, morning, Herd. The usual?
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
Hey guys, look, there he is over there. I think they call him Herd. Gonna start a co-op over here in Riverbend Springs, and I mean, I'm no Agmax fan, but that ain't gonna work. And you hear they got Claire involved from the farmer's market too. She's all wrapped up in this somehow. I don't know. I think the hill's just too steep, guys. I don't know, y'all. I hope he does it, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. That's a lot of money that starts up a co-op. Agmax has already got that money. How's Herd gonna get it?
Hey, don't mind them, Herd. People are just cautious around here, that's all. There are some people in this community that is rooting for you.
No, I get it, and I appreciate you saying that. And people are going to think what they want, but I don't know. Just a bunch of hard work, that's all. All right. Well, that was a little annoying to hear. It was a little hard to hear, if I'm being honest. I mean, I know that there's going to be some doubters in here, but at the diner that I go to every morning, and I see this guy every day, now I know what he thinks about it. It's annoying. But either way, we've got our breakfast out of the way, and now we are headed home. I know that Justin should be there with his friend. We are going to be meeting this morning, and we're going to be talking about the co-op. And I don't know, now that I just heard that, I've got a little doubt in my mind. What if this doesn't work? What if we don't have enough money? What if we don't have enough people? What if there aren't enough resources? There's a lot of questions that I have personally in my head, but at the same time, you got to try it, right? You have to try it. So this is what we're going to do, and I've got a couple people involved right now, and I don't know what kind of resources we're going to have. I don't know what kind of money we're going to have, but we are going to find out very soon. I just got a text that says that they are here, so they are at my house right now. We are turning right now, and we are headed to a meeting, fresh off of overhearing a bunch of people criticizing our plan. Now we are going to try to implement it and save the very town that they live in. It's what a world, right? What a world. But this is what we have to do in order to face the corporations like agmax that just come in here and expect to be given the whole industry right in town. And we're not going to let that happen. At least we're not going to let that happen lying down. So here they are right here. I see their car, so I will pull in here and get out. And let's talk. Let's see if there is anything here to even talk about.
Well, morning, Herd. You took your time here, didn't you?
Yeah. I had to go eat, so we're here now.
Herd, I'm Mason. Been looking forward to meeting you.
Mason, Herd, nice to meet you as well. I've heard a lot about you.
Well, I appreciate that, Herd. Don't believe half of what comes out of this guy's mouth, though. But yeah, Justin's been singing your praises, too. Says you're the one with the vision to make all this happen.
I told you, Mason. Herd's the guy. He's stubborn as a mule. He's ready to get things done.
Well, let's get inside and talk then. Got a lot of ground to cover if we're going to get this co-op off the ground. And I've worked on a few projects like this before, but this one's different, you know. You got a tight-knit community here, and that's both an advantage and, honestly, and a challenge.
Yeah, don't let him scare you, Herd. He's just here to make this thing a reality.
Exactly, Justin, exactly. My goal is just to make sure that you guys have everything you need. Resources, structure, and most importantly, a solid plan. But it's your dream. I'm just here to help you get there. I'm here to help Riverbend be saved like sadly the UMRV couldn't. You know, I'm really tired of these companies, and that's why I'm all in. So I guess now we're just going to have to figure all this stuff out. Let's get a couple of beers and let's talk this through.
Over those few beers, we decided that the co-op didn't have to change anybody's independence. Every farmer would keep their own land, their crops, and most importantly, their own decisions. But we'd share resources. We'd share equipment, we'd share labor, even profits from each other's sales. It wasn't just about making farming easier, it was about making farming affordable and being able to survive. By the time we were done, we had a name, Riverbend Springs Farms. Not fancy, but it told the world who we were, and most importantly, who we were fighting for. Mason even pulled off a miracle. He bought the 2 fields next to my place from a farmer who was about to sell to agmax. Paid more than they offered, and just like that, Justin and I were practically neighbors. It felt real now. We had a plan, we had a name, and enough money to get it started. There was still a long way to go, but for the first time in a really long time, I felt like it might actually work. Alright, well, those guys took off. They are headed out of town. Justin's coming back to town because Justin is moving to Riverbend Springs, and that is good news for me on a couple different levels. One, personally, it will be really nice to have somebody here that I know, outside of work. everybody I know in this town is because of this job that I'm going to quit. So, you're not, when you quit a job and you have coworkers, oftentimes, you fall out. Not angrily, but, you just don't see them as much. So Justin's going to be working with me on the farm, so that's going to be good. I'm going to have somebody here to at least hang out with, and also to work with, because there is going to be a lot of work that we have to do here to try to take on agmax. I mean, it's a huge company, and it's one that I don't have that much experience with farming, so I'm going to need to rely on somebody else, and Justin is that somebody else. Really happy Mason bought these 2 fields here. He had done that before he'd even had the meeting. That was a little bit of a surprise for me, which was really nice because I wasn't really sure what we were going to do as far as the farming aspect's concerned, but we have laid it out so that everybody gets to keep their own farm. We can purchase things at bulk so that they will be cheaper for us, and we are going to profit share as well, so that if somebody has a bad season, then everybody else can pick them up. And that's kind of farmer insurance, if you want to think of it that way. But yeah, I want to get down to Claire's, or get up to Claire's, should I say. Let me be geographically correct. And I want to get up to the farmer's market because I want to give her the good news. So that is what we are going to do right now. And I'm really hoping that she will help us with a little bit of marketing and that stuff. But let me go in here, let me get my keys, and we'll head out. All right, let me lock this up here. And we are off. Off to the farmer's market. Off to go see Claire, who runs the farmer's market. And I got to be honest, I'm really excited here because I'm going to tell her some good news here. And who doesn't like to deliver good news? But yes, the co-op is a thing. Yes, she is involved. And the farmer's market we would like to use as a distribution point for all of the crops or the animals that we raise as part of this venture. We would like to sell them through the farmer's market. And I mean, that seems to add up because all of the people here love the farmer's market. I'm sure it's something that no one wants to see go away. And I know that from the UMRV back in our old hometown, the first thing that came was the grocery store. So I am trying to not get people to go to the grocery store for agmax because I know that it's going to come, and I'm not really sure. The thing that we looked at that they bought, I'm not sure if it's really a factory or if it is indeed a grocery store, because I know they're not going to be forthcoming with all of their plans, and I know they're a little deceptive with just about, everything. So we're going to have to figure that out. But I do think in the back of my mind that that's a grocery store, and if it is, I would like to get Claire involved here early. I would like her to be involved with a little bit of the marketing, maybe even take control of the marketing, because she has done a great job up here at the farmer's market. It's a destination for sure here in Riverbend Springs. People come up here, bring their family, get some photos, and she's got a bunch of produce here. So this is a really good place up here, and I'm really happy to have it as part of our team. So, and Claire as well, because she is very smart to do all this, and this is her creation. This was not here before her, so this is all just her doing. Anyway, let's get inside here, see if we can find her, and then we can go deliver some good news, because again, who doesn't want that? But tomato festival on the wall there, and yeah, it's always busy here. Let's get in here, let's try to find her, and like I said, we'll tell her all the news.
Well, look at you, Herd. You look like a man with news. What's up?
Well, Claire, you know how to call him, that's for sure. And yes, I do have some good news. I just talked with Mason and Justin, and we all got together. The co-op is officially a go.
Oh, that's great news, Herd. That's great. Man, you actually pulled it off. So what's the next move? When do we get this thing rolling?
Well, next spring is when we're hoping to start, and we wanted to use the farm market as a distribution point. We wanted you to be in charge of the marketing of the co-op. We wanted to have you be in charge of selling all of this stuff. What do you think?
Well, I think you're putting me to work already. And honestly, I like it. The market's already set up for local sales, and I've got the connections to push this thing further. But marketing a co-op against agmax? I don't know if I know that much. For sure, this won't be easy.
No, it definitely won't be easy, but I don't really see there being much of a choice, you know, Claire? I mean, they have more resources than us? I mean, of course they do, but I think if we stick together, I think if we play it smart, and more importantly, I think if we market this correctly, I think we can have a chance here.
Well, you're right there, Herd. Alone, they'll crush us. But together, we might just make it. Yeah, I'll take the marketing lead, but we'll need to make sure that the message is clear. This isn't just a fight for better prices. It's about keeping control of our land, our future, our farms. We'll need everyone on board, full support. This can't be half-hearted.
No, Claire, I get it, and I agree. But yeah, Claire, thanks for everything. I really do appreciate it. I think you are the one that is the best fit for the marketing position. You did a great job up here, so that is a really good relief for all of us that you will be helping us out there. And I think that's just one piece of the puzzle that we've already firmly got established. So, Claire, thanks for everything. I gotta run though, but I'll keep you in the loop with what comes next.
Well, thank you, Herd. I really do appreciate it, and congratulations. I'm so excited that we're going to be able to do this, but, of course, get on running. You take care of what needs to be getting done, and we'll make sure that the rest of it falls into place.
Thanks, Claire. I'll talk to you soon. All right, well, that conversation went much better than I had expected. I wasn't expecting her to be angry, of course, but she was very up for taking the marketing job, which is great, because if you look around, you just see what she's done with this place, and it has worked. It is very popular in this area, and now we have at least a spot to sell all of these animals or animal products and crops that we put into the ground. We're not putting them in there for no reason. We're able to sell them down here at the farmers market, and not only just, hey, bring them down, but she is actually a part of the co-op, so this is going to be our main hub for selling things and bringing things. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that the local people here are able to support the farmers instead of the corporation, because like I said on the way up here, I think agmax is going to put in a grocery store there. I could be wrong, it's just a gut feeling, but I do remember what happened at the UMRV, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use the same playbook. So everything is kind of tight-lipped up there right now. No one really knows what's going on, but Claire is down and she is good to go. So that's great news, and hopefully we'll be able to get over to Hank's here soon. But oh, what's this? All right, we got a text message, and it looks like it says from Sam. So let me pull over. This should be good. I can only imagine what this says. Let's take a look at it. Stop the car here. I know what you're up to, and I need you to name a price to put an end to this silly co-op idea. Don't make the same mistakes your grandfather did. Recently, he tried to start one here. Luckily, he backed down.